All Day Project has become not one of the, but I think the most controversial and most hated K-pop group right now. They are collecting controversies like Pokemon cards, and each controversy is worse than the other. Stay with me because this will change how you see this group forever. All Day Project, the Black Label's co-ed group that debuted in June 2025 and has somehow managed to rack up more controversies than music show wins. And that's saying something, because they've actually won quite a few of those too. Suspiciously so. But we'll get to that. All Day Project, or ADP as fans call them, is a 5-member co-ed group under the Black Label, which is basically Teddy's label. You know, the genius producer behind Blackpink's biggest hits. The group consists of Annie, Tarzan, Bailey, Woochon, and Youngso. On paper, they all look incredible. Annie's the granddaughter of a Samsung chairwoman. Yeah, that Samsung. Bailey Sok is a world-renowned choreographer who's worked with everyone. Youngso was literally about to debut with ILIT before she left. Woochon appeared on Show Me the Money when he was 12. Tarzan is a model and dancer who appeared in NewJeans' Supernatural music video. They debuted on June 23, 2025 with their single Famous. And ironically, they did become famous, but probably not for the reasons the Black Label was hoping for. Because literally from day one, the controversies started piling up like dirty laundry nobody wants to deal with. And speaking of things nobody wants to deal with, let's talk about where this all started going wrong. Let's talk about Tarzan. Because if there's one member who has been at the center of almost every single controversy, it's him. Even before the group officially debuted, Tarzan was already catching heat for cultural appropriation. And I'm not talking about one incident. I'm talking about a pattern of behavior that has made a lot of people, especially Black K-pop fans, incredibly uncomfortable. First, there are the braids, like constantly. Cornrows, box braids, you name it. Tarzan has worn them repeatedly in photos, at events, during performances. And look, I know some people are going to say it's just hair, but when you're a Korean idol adopting Black hairstyles without any apparent respect for or understanding of the culture they come from, it's a problem. Especially in K-pop, where cultural appropriation has been an ongoing issue for years. But the braids were just the beginning. In July 2025, a video went viral of Tarzan allegedly saying the N-word while rapping along to Playboi Carti's Like Wheezy in a car. Fans analyzed this video frame by frame, and while some people claimed he just mumbled the lyrics, others were convinced he deliberately replaced the word boy with the racial slur. And bro, the internet exploded. We're talking millions of views, trending hashtags. Black K-pop stans especially were rightfully upset because this wasn't happening in a vacuum. This was happening after months of watching Tarzan wear braids, gold grills, chains, and adopt what many people felt was a caricature of Black culture. The craziest part is that neither Tarzan, All Day Project, nor the Black Label ever issued an official statement or apology. Nothing. A fake apology letter even circulated online that fans created out of frustration because the company's silence was deafening. And if you thought that was the end of Tarzan's controversies, man, buckle up, because there's more. In October 2025, Tarzan posted a preview of an unreleased song on Instagram with the caption, "You feel me." The problem? The lyrics were, let's just say they referred to women in ways that had the internet up in arms again. Netizens called the lyrics disrespectful, misogynistic, and completely unacceptable. And when you're already under fire for multiple controversies, maybe posting a song with questionable lyrics about women isn't the smartest PR move. Just a thought. But this is the pattern with Tarzan. It's like controversy after controversy after controversy with zero accountability, zero apologies, and zero indication that anything is going to change. And that's what makes people so frustrated. It's not just that these things happen, it's that nobody seems to care that they're happening. Now, while Tarzan was out here collecting controversies like infinity stones, the rest of the group was dealing with their own set of problems. And trust me, this is where things get even more wild. All right, let's talk about the controversy that really made everyone lose their minds. The Daesang win at the 2025 Korea Grand Music Awards in November. For those who don't know, a Daesang is basically the most prestigious award you can win in K-pop. We're talking Album of the Year, Artist of the Year level prestige. Groups work for years, sometimes their entire careers, to win just one. All Day Project won their first Daesang just after 144 days of debut. Let that sink in. Less than 5 months. They became the second fastest group ever to win a Daesang, right after NewJeans. And immediately, the accusations started flying. Everyone became very suspicious of Annie Moon. Remember her? The Samsung heiress? People started claiming her family connections and wealth essentially bought the award. The nickname All Paid Project started trending worldwide. And honestly, I can't even blame people for thinking that. because the optics were terrible. There's literal footage from the awards show of other idols' reactions when ADP's name was called. Members of ATEEZ, The Boys, Miove. You can see them looking confused, annoyed, even side-eyeing each other. One viral clip showed ADP members immediately looking at Annie the moment they won, which people interpreted as them knowing the award came from her connections rather than their merits. And did their debut song Famous do well? Yes, it charted respectably in Korea. Did they beat Blackpink and aespa on some music shows? Also yes. But did they have the cultural impact, the fan base, the longevity to deserve a Daesang in under 5 months? That's where people drew the line. Because groups like ATEEZ have been working tirelessly for years. Idol, IVE, and Hypen, groups with actual sustained success and impact. An all-day project swoops in after a few months and takes home one of the biggest awards in K-pop? The math wasn't mathing. If you thought the controversies would slow down after the Daesang backlash, you'd be wrong. Because at the 2025 Asia Artist Awards in December, ALLDAY Project decided to add unprofessional behavior to their growing list of issues. Multiple viral posts and photos showed members, particularly Woochon and Tarzan, sitting with their feet up on seats during the ceremony, shoes on the chairs that other artists would have to use, at a prestigious awards show, in front of their seniors and peers. Can you imagine? You're a rookie group already drowning in controversy, and you decide to put your feet up on shared seating at an awards ceremony, like you're chilling on your couch at home? And it wasn't just that. When asked to do finger hearts while leaving the show, while Annie, Youngso, and Bailey smiled and played along, Tarzan and Woochon straight up refused. Just walked past. The comments from Korean netizens were brutal. Things like, they need to fix this while they're still rookies, and the controversies around this group are constant, and does the company need to educate them? Should they be given elementary school level learning materials about basic manners? That last one was harsh. But also, I mean, when you're putting your feet on shared furniture at a professional event, maybe some etiquette lessons wouldn't hurt? While we're talking about questionable decisions, we need to address how the group, or more specifically, the Black Label, has been treating Youngso. In late November, ADP announced their first EP album with a tracklist that included 3 full group songs and 3 solo/subunit songs. Sounds exciting, right? Except fans quickly noticed something infuriating. Youngso was the only member not included in any solo or subunit track. Annie got a solo, Bailey got a solo, Woochon got a solo. Tarzan? He got both a solo and a subunit track. But Youngso, the main vocalist, the maknae? Nothing. Nada. 0 solo content. The backlash was immediate. Fans called it unfair, disrespectful, and questioned whether the company even valued Youngso as an artist. Some speculated she might be getting a separate solo project, but others pointed out that if that were the case, why give Tarzan 2 features while she gets none? It just felt like another example of this group and their company making decisions that don't make sense and managing to upset people in the process. And through all of this, every controversy, every scandal, every questionable decision, you want to know the most frustrating part? The complete and utter silence from the Black Label. The Black Label has said virtually nothing about any of these controversies. No statements addressing Tarzan's cultural appropriation. No apology for the N-word incident. No explanation for the Daesang accusations. No comment on the unprofessional behavior at awards shows. No clarification about the Youngseo situation. Just crickets. And you know what? It tells me that either they don't think these controversies are serious enough to address, or they're hoping if they stay quiet long enough, everyone will just forget and move on. And I don't even know which option is worse. Because in K-pop, silence is often interpreted as guilt or indifference. When you don't address allegations of racism, fans assume you condone them. When you don't explain controversial wins, people assume they were indeed bought. When you don't apologize for unprofessional behavior, it looks like you think it was acceptable. The company's complete radio silence has done more damage to this group's reputation than probably any of the individual controversies themselves. Because it sends the message that ALLDAY Project and the Black Label either don't care about the concerns being raised, or they think they're above accountability. And before anyone comes for me in the comments, I want to make something very clear. I don't think ALLDAY Project is evil. I don't think every member is problematic. In fact, from everything I've seen, members like Annie, Bailey, and Youngso seem like genuinely sweet, talented people. Talent-wise, ALLDAY Project is undeniably skilled. Bailey Sok is one of the best choreographers in the industry. Youngseo's vocals are genuinely beautiful. Annie has stage presence for days. Even Woochon and Tarzan, despite their controversies, are talented performers. Their debut song Famous was catchy, their performances are energetic, and there's clearly a vision behind what they're trying to do as a co-ed group. So where does ALLDAY Project go from here? They could take the accountability route, issue apologies, address the controversies head-on, show genuine growth and change. That would require the Black Label to actually, do something, which so far they've shown zero inclination toward. They could try to ignore everything and push forward with music releases and performances, hoping their talent eventually speaks louder than the controversies. That might work in Korea, but internationally, I have my doubts. Or they could continue exactly as they have been, controversy after controversy, until either the public completely turns on them or they become so polarizing that they can only exist in their own bubble of fans who don't care about any of the issues. What do you think about All Day Project? Do you think they can recover from all these controversies, or is it too late? Do you stand the group despite everything, or have the issues been too much for you? Are there controversies I didn't cover that you think are important? Let me know in the comments below. Let's keep the discussion respectful. We can disagree without being nasty to each other, okay? Don't forget to like this video if you found it informative, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss when All Day Project inevitably does something controversial again, because at this rate, it's not a matter of if, but when. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.